Hello, this is John from Shiver Slinky, back once again with another recording tutorial. Now, the song we're going to do today is My Picture, and there's a bit of a tale to this one, as there is with all songs. This is the first song that Shiver Slinky as a band tried to practice, and we were four of us at the time, so there was myself and Paul, and Gaz, I think his name was, on bass, and somebody on the drums. As we get into this song, you'll see that the drums don't come in until quite late into the song, right? When the heavy guitars come in. And there was a reason for this, because the guy who was on the drums, he could only seem to play at pop punk speed, like boom chap, boom chap, boom chap, like really sort of quick stuff. So we were trying to sort of structure the song around him feeling the tempo until it came in. So that's pretty much the reason why there's a huge opening part to this. So with that in mind, let's go through the song structure. So there's a quiet sort of verse and pre-chorus piece. Then there's a loud repetition of that with loud guitars, verse, pre-chorus. Then there's kind of a single-use interlude into two more sort of guitar parts, and then there's kind of a jazzy outro to it. So we'll see as we get through. But the song starts off at 102, so let's set that speed now. It's in 4/4. It's tuned down half a step so it's like a normal tune guitar with down half a step, as Shiver Slinky was wanting to do. And what I want to do to start off with, I want to find a nice hi-hat to follow along with, rather than going through the click track. So let's pick that now. So load up EZDrummer, go to grooves, and all I want is a nice hi-hat. And I'm sure back in the midst of time, there were just intros on these, but I can't seem to find them anymore. So what we will do is, we'll take a nice easy, we'll go to tap to find, put our hi-hats in, and search. That'll do. From here, what I really want to do is take out the bass drum and any other part in it. Also, what I'll do is I'm going to set a marker here so I can come back to this, and this is going to be the start of the song. Clip that down to there, and I'm going to repeat this for a few times. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll grab a guitar and we'll put the scratch track on. So as you can tell at the end, that went a bit out of time. So let's put that bit back in. Still garbage. There we go, that's better. So that's kind of the first part of this. So pull the hi-hats back down to here, Now the next part of this is then, we do have a step up in tempo, so let's adjust that now onto this part, and I'm going to set another marker. I'm going to tap here, and I want this to be, I think it's about 108, but we'll see in a second. Basically I want to jump up to 108 just to give it a bit of a lift, and then the next channel is going to be Guitar Dirty 1. And it's basically the same riff, but toned down a bit to be, you know, because it's on distortion, so it's not arpeggiated. You'll hear what I mean in a second. Before we get to this, what we want to do is we want to put some drums in here, so we've got something to follow along with, right? So let me turn that channel off so it's not noisy. Pick up EZDrummer, and what I like to do is I like to go to tap to find, increase to 116, add some more bars in, take out the hi-hats because it's not important. Then we click on search and we see what EZDrummer can find for us. And that's close enough, right? That's a starting point that we can then edit into the drum track we actually want. Okay, now, what I will then do is, I know how this sounds in my head, right? So what I want to do is I want to sort of trim this down and change it a bit so it fits the riff much better. Stick the velocity of that snare up a bit, and there we go. I think that will more than suffice for what we need. Let's trim this down to here, repeat it a lot so we've got enough space, take cycle off, go back to marker 2, activate Guitar Dirty 1, and then we can lay down the first part of this track, so let's do that then. Great stuff. Okay, so there's a next part that's going to come in here. Let's back this out. And I think we're going to need another tempo jump here, but we'll try this one. Let's say we try this one at 112. It just needs a little bit of a lift, because otherwise it sounds a bit draggy to me. What I want from this piece here is like boom cha cha, like triplets over 4/4. Let's see what it has, right? Yeah, it needs something a bit harder hitting than like your kind of your jazz grooves. Maybe fill would be better. Let's have a look at what we've got in fills. Let's have a look in. So I've got a few MIDI packs in here for EZDrummer. One of the ones is the Gojira one, and you know, the guy from Gojira is a beast, and he ends up on these tracks quite a lot. Very good. So where we're with chapter 5, let's go and have a keep having a look in here and see what we can find. Let's install. That might work. Okay. I think we'll do a standard beat first and put the riff in and then work that out later. I think it's getting a bit busy, I think. So let's do this and pull this back in a touch. And we'll just put the scratch track on and then work it out later, because it's hard to it's very hard to sort of explain what I want out of it without hearing the riff next to it. So I'm going to go from this point here so it flows into it. But not on the drum track. Mark up the chord. Get it right, that'd be a start for 10, wouldn't it? And if I get the riff right, that'll be a good starter as well. Yeah, very, 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 very tricky when you've got the wrong drum beat underneath it and it just sounds really confusing. But let's see if we can tidy this up then. So pull this back down to here and see where we get to. Yeah, it needs to come in a little bit earlier. Let's put cycle on over here and hear what I'm doing. I want bum bum there. Is that? Yeah. We'll need to make this a bit longer because the riff's in a not quite in a 4/4. It's kind of 6/4. massively increased the size of the cycle, doesn't it? Yeah. So this outro, this end bit here isn't quite where I want it. Sounds pretty good, right? I like that, very bouncy. And then it stops halfway through. So let's take cycle off. To there. There. And then we come in with like a jazzier piece, and we'll take the tempo down as well. Down to, I think, 108. 108 sounds pretty good. Yeah, 108. 106. And again, we want a nice, this will make more sense, but the riff underneath this is, it's a nice slidey. Quite a nice floaty thing. So we want a nice floaty drum with it. Let's back off this then. Don't really want it that hard though. I really want to. Anything hecky stop on there. Do you have anything a little less hardcore punk? That's a good starting point. I think let's go with that and see if we can put it into a good place. To there, and then give this loads of this, and then we'll add in our clean guitar, then modify the drums again, and then we'll see where we are. No, those drums are throwing me off. Let's pick something else. Actually, we'll try and where are we on the cycle for this? Let's see if we can. That guitar is too basic. So we need to kind of lighten the mood of this a little bit, I would say. So we need to get this to line up. Yes, we have. don't think I want this to repeat there. I think it's the wrong way to do things. Let's pull this out to here. Let's take these and put these in again. Let's pull this back to here. To bring this down so I'm not listening to the whole thing. So let's say there. Yes, right, that I like. I'm going to keep that one. So I'm going to drag this one for as long as possible. Try and make sure we don't steal what's behind. I think we'll re-record the clean guitar because I don't like this one on the bridge pickup. On the neck pickup. Sorry. Put the marker in the right place, and we'll do another recording. Yeah. So for the tones, we'll come off the neck pickup and go into position 2. So between bridge and middle. Let's give this one a record. So we'll go back a little bit because we kind of want to lead into it, don't we? And we want to unmute that channel as well so we know what we're up to. Cool, I think that will suffice for the scratch guitars. What I do want to do though is I want to lose this and I want to pull this back to about here. Actually, I want to bring it down to here. Then do the Control C on here. Oops. Let's not drop it on that channel, eh? Drop this in V on there. And we want to pull this all the way back to there. And what I want to do is I want to edit this so we just get the first hit there. Then when we get to the end of the song, it's just a simple Loose beat. Nice and simple. Cool. Right, let's go and layer this one up. Okay, so first things first, let's finish up Guitar Dirty 1, this one here. Now I'm going to use the, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the Strat for this one. I'll switch over to a Les Paul on the other channel, and then we'll do some widdly at the end, and then we'll put the bass on for the remainder of the song. So, there's nothing in Marker 1 section here at all. The first section here, this is just guitar clean. There will be a sort of a clean solo in there, but we'll do the solos at the end. So from Marker 2, we want to tune first, I think. Awesome. Now we're in, let's do the recording. There you go. There's the first take, proper take of the Dirty Guitar. Why has he done the first two? Anyway, let's just make sure that this transition sounds okay. That sounds out of time for me. Right, what I'm going to do is then, I'm going to delete this out of the way completely, and we'll try that again. Better. Right, let's have a look at this transition again. Amazing. Okay, so I think for Dirty 2, we will go and get the Les Paul and then add those tracks in as well. Cool, right, okay. Les Paul, all tuned up, ready to go. So let's put down Guitar Dirty 2. And those are the dirty guitars. Awesome. Now, what else do we do on this song? I mean, there's bass. We've got to do a bass. So let's put the bass on. Tell you what, why don't I turn the camera on as well? And that's the bass. All right. Okie dokie. So in addition to all the stuff that we've just put in, which sounded pretty nice, there are a few guitar solo-y bits. So in the intro, we have a solo. I'm going to do this on the Strat, and I'm going to use the position 4, neck and middle, to see how that sounds. I'm going to do it on clean. 2 solos on this one, and a bit of an outro. So we've got an intro. I'm going to do it on the Strat. I'm going to use position 4, which is middle and neck. And let's have a go and see how this sounds. Right, definitely got that one this time. So the next one that I want to do is there's a little bit of a sort of a jazzy outro solo over the other part. So I think I want this one on the Strat. We'll see how it goes. We might redo it on the Les Paul, and then we'll do the outro. There's a bit on the outro that I want to put in as well. So let's have a go at that. Now we have another piece to add in here. And I need to find a slide for a slide guitar part, so bear with me. It's a Hugo Boss bottle, because the only thing I have that's kind of the right shape. But what I do want to do is I do actually want to back off the gain on this, because it's a bit much for what I want, because all I'm getting is string noise. Crikey, this isn't comfortable, but we'll see how far we get. This starts from, I think it starts from here. Let me just check. Yeah. So I'm going to put a marker here, so I can go back to it. There's 3 or 4 tracks of this, so let's see how far we can get with this terrible setup of a perfume aftershave bottle. This might take some calls. Let's have a listen. I'm going to duplicate this track because I think there's about 3 or 4 in here. So let's try and do the rest of them. There's going to be a lot of processing on this one and try and get everything, but I know there is. But let's have a go. Ooh, that was a bit terrible. Let's try it again. Helps if you remember the bit, doesn't it? Out of time, I'm rushing. Far too much string noise on this. Oh. Yeah, I think there's too much vibrato on this. I might redo that as well. I'm not over the moon about that. Where's the marker gone? Oh, silly me. Silly me. Silly me. Where's marker gone? Right, I'm going to do this again. Actually, I'm just going to overdub it first, see if I like this more. Yeah, let's try this. Slide though. Yeah. Arg, tricky. No, no. Try again. Ah, it's driving me insane. Mother McCready, this is driving me insane. When in doubt, try a different fragrance. Let's give this a go, shall we? And I'll edit that later to make it cleaner. Right, next one. For the love of all that is holy, let's get through this one quickly, eh? Let's do another track. But I'm just going to play this one. I might go back and replace those slides. I think they're a bit noisy for what I want, but we'll see where we are. I do like them, but I just needs to be a bit cleaner. I'll come back and do them with the proper slide. That fragrance bottles ain't quite gotten the mustard. I could do that better, couldn't I? Arg, arg. That's a big ouch. Let's do that one again. And there we go. And that's pretty much top to bottom, end to end, how we actually do the tracking on this stuff, or how I do the tracking at least. There's probably more stuff that I'll put onto this. Obviously, there's singing that needs to happen on this. I'm kind of hearing some synths in there somewhere, but we'll get to that at a later date. For now, thank you very much. Have a great day, and I'll catch you later.